Welcome, and thank you for stopping by. It's been a few days. It's been a crazy few days. Just, life, trying to figure out our house. This isn't a house we built or know the builder, and so it's been a journey, to say the least, but we're slowly kind of making our way through it. It's going to take a while, but we're predominantly working on the outside, so it's been more of a yard, and yeah, it's been quite a journey. I mean, the guy that was helping us with the irrigation couldn't find one irrigation box, so we called a guy who called a guy, and that guy came out with this contraption, headphones, and this wand thing, and he found that box buried. Yeah, it's been quite a journey, but we're happy. We're happy. And we have learned that patience is not only a virtue, but should be both of our middle names. So, off of that subject and on to what's been going on in the quilting world. I know that I was going to show you how I do hexies. That will have to wait a bit as I'm trying to catch up, but welcome if you are a longtime friend, and welcome if you're just here. I hope you hang around because we do enjoy ourselves here. I do have to make for the new people, or the fairly new people, just so you know, if you come here for someone who was organized, you're at the wrong place. You're at the wrong place. But I figure I've just come to the conclusion that I'm pushing 70, and I don't want to change. I mean, I know that change is always good for everybody, but I'm never bored because I'm always chaotic. So welcome to the beehive chaos. And when you see a beehive, aren't the bees just frantically flying around and zipping from flower to flower? What can I say? What can I say? With that, I have to tell you that I have no idea if I've showed you some of this stuff, so some of it maybe I've showed it at a previous video and I'm going to end up showing it again, but oh well, sometimes reruns are good, right? I was so bummed out this morning because I slept in, and I mean slept in for me is like 7 o'clock. I'm usually up much earlier, but I slept in this morning, and when I woke up, I got a notice on, the first thing that came up on my phone was these absolutely adorable pincushions by Under the Woolen Willow. She has an Etsy shop, and I'll put it in the description box, although you're too late for those pincushions, because I immediately went to her Etsy shop. I mean, it seemed like she just posted them, but since I collect old glass, like flower frog type things, she had done a hexie pincushion on top of those, and I was like gaga. I was like gaga. I couldn't go to the Etsy shop fast enough. And sure enough, all gone. All gone. But I'll put her link in the description so you can follow her, and maybe by some miracle you'll catch it. Under the Woolen Willow. So it made me think, maybe I should actually try to make one, but sometimes when you have your list is a mile long, you just want to, when someone's been creative and their Etsy shop is awesome, you just want to buy it. You just want to buy it. So now, where can I start? Well, my quilting world has come to a halt in terms of progress on projects, because there are some projects that supersede others. And I have a birthday gift to finish up, and I have totally forgot that I thought the binding was already attached to it. It is not. It's not even ready to tack down. So now I have to figure out binding. I have to make the binding, and I have to attach it to this quilt. This was an awesome, awesome class. One of those fun workshop classes, you know, kind of like a no-brainer, but Jackie Erickson at the Stitching Post, one year all the fabric stockers signed up for her class, because what she brought at that time were bags of scraps that were leftover ends of fabric bolts at the Stitching Post, and she bagged them like in a big lettuce bag kind of thing, where you had choice of fabric type. You had, you know, Civil War, you had floral, you had all kinds. And I decided at that time, now this is a few years back, mind you, I decided at that time to challenge myself. I'd never done a solid fabric quilt, solid colors. And what you end up doing is just making crazy log cabin blocks. Nothing but a good time. Absolutely nothing but a good time. And all the fabric stockers signed up for that class, and we had a blast. And so this is the quilt that came out of it. But now I have to make binding and get stitching. Oh my gosh, there's a birthday coming up, and I don't have that done. Deadlines amuse me. I have that sign somewhere in here. Deadlines amuse me. And so I'm definitely going to be doing binding later today. Then I got a letter, as I've been blessed, and it's been wonderful being on the teaching staff of the Quilters Affair. It's afforded me opportunities to meet all kinds of people, you know, people that sign up for my sit and sew. You know, I've met people, I mean, I had a regular gal from on the other side of the pond, and it's just fun. It's just really fun. And sit and sew is kind of so relaxing that we just have a great time. We have a great time. And so this year, Sit and Sew is going to be totally different. Because Quilters Affair is basically going to be Zoom, we are, oh, I think the mailman is delivering something. He's stopping at my house. Oh, oh my. Oh my. I just want to... Oh yeah, he's walking up my driveway. I might have to put this on pause, because we know what that could mean. Oh no, I'll save it for the next video anyway. Well, let me just say that this year's sit and sew, and I have 4 days of sit and sew, which means that we're just going to stitch together, but I'm going to begin each sit and sew with a mini tutorial in terms of how I do things. So one day will be sashiko, one day will be hexes, one day will be wool, and one day it'll be embroidery. And so it's gonna be fun, and I hope some of you sign up for it, because it'll be fun for me on this side of the camera to finally, in real time, because it's Zoom, to meet you. And I mean, I would love that. I would love that. Plus, I'm hoping that things will be I'll be in Sisters that whole week, that there'll be an opportunity to do a meet and greet at Fika Coffee, which is my favorite coffee shop. So we shall see. We'll all keep it. But I hope some of you sign up for that. I know not everybody can. And I get that Zoom is tiresome. I get that Zoom is tiresome. But what I did get in the mail, which has totally thrown my world into, everything has to take a back seat, I've got to get this done, is I got a letter from Jean Wells, who founded the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show, to make a postcard. Now, all the instructors are asked to make a postcard every year as a fundraiser, and then they're auctioned off. And they're going to have the postcard, they're beautifully framed. They're beautifully framed. And they're going to have the postcards auctioned. You can go check the Quilters the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show website, and I'll put that link below, and they'll have information about when those postcards will be auctioned off. And they are gorgeous. They are beautifully framed. I even one year bought my own postcard because of the frame. Yeah, I shouldn't admit that on oh well. I wanted the frame. It was so gorgeous. But I got a letter with my little postcard insert, and was asked to make a postcard. You know, like Sue Spargo makes a postcard, and, Tony Belinda Phillips makes a postcard. And, all the teachers make postcards, and they're all beautifully framed. But I decided this year that I wanted to do something a little different, to combine my two worlds that I love, and that's my Stitch Roadie world and my Quilt Roadie world. And I decided to cross-stitch a postcard. Now, I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to give it my best shot. But I saw this pattern. It's a freebie by Hello, Liz Matthews. And it's called Hope. And when you print off the pattern, there's a smaller pattern that could have been a eyeglass case or scissor case or something like that. And I just thought it would be beautiful as a postcard. And so I'm going to cross stitch that. So now my cross stitching has to all take a back seat to get this done, because I have to have it mailed and arrive there before like June 15th so they can be framed. And I know that framers prefer that it be sooner than later because they've got all these postcards to frame. Yeah, so I decided on a 40 count, and I am doing it in the Gentle Arts Cranberry. I just think that's going to be so gorgeous. So that's like today I'm starting that. That and the binding. Those are the two things that are taking my my, you know, are at the top of my list. So did I show you all of these awesome things? I hope I didn't. Yvonne sent me. I love her. I love her first line. The pandemic has taught me that even an introvert, I get it, I'm an introvert, can get lonely. Yeah, it's when you can't, it's when you're choosing and you can't. But I think for me, I've said this before, I was raised by two extroverts, and I force myself out a lot. And in COVID, I couldn't, and I got real comfortable. I got real comfortable in my own little space. So now I have to expand or spread my wings a bit. Yeah. So she said, you reminded me that I used to love cross stitch. I know, isn't that the way? There's so many people that loved cross stitch and then went to quilting, and now cross stitch is, it activates your brain in a different way, so it gives you relaxation in a different way. You know, I love them both. That's the bottom line. I love them both. So she sent this row by row. I've never seen this one. At Home in the Hive. I have never seen this one. And different shops used to do this row by row experience. And this shop is Johnstown, New York. Wow. Johnstown, New York. That was, well, my dad's roots are in New York, so that is so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And look at this. I think I lost the mailer for this, but I received these pennies. I might have shown this already. Some Swigart linen I love. And this little needle book is so freaking cute. I mean, it is patchworked on the back with 1-inch squares. And then it has a little loop, and on the front it says, let's open the key to the mind and become happy. Oh, so cute. And then it has a little loop around this button. And then it's got all kinds of needles and buttons. Isn't that adorable? So cute. This is great for traveling, you know, because as you know, I lose needles in penny. Okay, so this goes with the, I'm just trying to get organized here. Stacy from Buttermilk Basin, don't we like all of her stuff, sent me Year of the Gnomes monthly theme, 4 little gnome kits. Year of the Gnomes monthly gnome ornaments. I mean, look at this guy. He's like a Lucky Charm. I'm going, Lucky Charms. March. May is mushrooms. And they're little ornaments. That would be really cute to make the whole year. And then decorate a tree with gnomes. Oh. You can stop the video and take a closer look. These are for Valentine's Day. And then there's a bunny. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to have a gnome stitch day. Just love gnomes. Let's see, what else? Oh, I am so sorry. I want you to know that I do read all the comments, but I haven't caught up to everything that people have asked me, and I was asked who this bag panel was by. You know, this is that one that I got at the Mill End shop, and it's a panel to make a bag, and it has the straps, and it has a label on it, and the instructions on how to make the bag. I mean, really, this is a no-brainer bag. And just so you know, that this bag is called, this panel is called Be Kind by Jade Mosinski for Northcott. So it's a Northcott distributor. Yeah, so cute. When I stopped at the stitching post, because you know I went down to meet my fabric stockers, we had a absolutely fabulous meetup at one of our members' homes, and Lori, and she has a lovely place on a large piece of acreage and quiet. We had lunch outside and we stitched inside, and her sewing room is amazing, and it was so fun. It was so fun catching up with everybody and seeing what they're working on. A few people couldn't make it, you know, because they either had to work. One of them's an obstetrician, so she probably was delivering babies, and a couple of others live in another state, so that makes it hard. But we just reveled in the comfort of knowing that we had all been vaccinated, so we could all be together and stitch like in the old days. And Lori made a fabulous lunch for us, and we got to catch up on each other's kids and grandkids. See, that's the thing, is this group has been going so long that we watched each other's families grow up, and our kids have gotten married and they have had kids. So that's the length of that group. And we have had so many fun retreats. Oh my gosh. I remember one time we went to a fabric store, and you know, we're just like those crazy ant that when someone stomps on the hill or something, they run all over. That's the way we are in a fabric store. And so my girlfriend, Cakers, I decided to pull a joke on her. And so I went up to the front register and I told and mind you, I caught the checker off guard. I mean, she didn't know what to do. Because I said, can I use your PA system? You know, and she was this young girl, and she was like, what? I said, no, I'm just going to play a joke on a girlfriend. Just let me have that microphone. And she gave it to me. So I said into the microphone, which went out all over the entire store. I said my friend's name really loudly, and I said, put that fabric down. You have enough. Oh my gosh. That was so much fun. We have so much fun. And I'm so excited that come September we have our first retreat in a couple of years now. Yeah, I am. Like, I have got to pick the perfect quilting projects to take. I'm going to have it. Generally, when we come, a lot of things are pre-done. Like I'm going to have a quilt cut out, so I get to just, you know, sew. And there are now, there used to be only 2 JJ girls, and now there's probably 4 of them, which is, oh look at my brain just went crazy. We call them the JJ girls because it's, oh shoot. I gotta Google it, you know. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna be embarrassed when I get the name, because are you still there? Am I making you feel better? I think I put too much. I know that some of you are yelling it at me right now. I know that Sandy sometimes does that. She'll say she tried to. Oh, there's so many neat designers that it's out of. It's just amazing. Oh well. I'm going to give up here. Because I'm now really embarrassing myself. You know how you just, the thing is on the tip of your tongue and you wonder why you can't remember something, and at least we weren't having cocktails or something like that, and then someone goes, you're trying to introduce someone and you just, yeah. Okay, I'm giving up. Anyway, you can tell I'm not giving up, huh? Are you bored? I'm so sorry you're so bored. Well, see. Don't anybody tell her I couldn't remember her name. A total blank. Judy Niemeyer. Oh my gosh, my college roommate, who is a Judy Niemeyer fan, is gonna just be, hopefully she doesn't see this. Yeah, so there's several of them now that are doing Judy Niemeyer, and I've not succumbed to that. There's just a whole lot of paper piecing, and that whole thought makes me kind of crazy. But while I was down there enjoying myself and catching up, naturally I went to pick up my mail from the stitching post, and you know, sometimes the mail's been sitting there a month or more. That's why if I've gotten something from you and it was sitting there, then that's why. But I saw this and I just had to, just so you know, you can call up the stitching post to get this. It's in this little box. Do you see that? It's the absolute sweetest little cork beehive. And it has beehive push pins on the side. So you can take them out and you can push them in somewhere else if you want. And the top comes off so you can use it for, you know, to store whatever. Isn't that cute? And it could be, I'm pretty sure this cork could be a pincushion. Oh, so cute. I had to have one. Yes, push pins with cork caddy. This is adorable. So the stitching post is carrying these, although limited supply. Everything's in limited supply, as we have been buying some furniture because this house is configured differently than our last house, and so there's some additional furniture that we needed. You have to wait for everything. I mean, you know, thank goodness I didn't sell my great room furniture, because we would have nothing to sit on. It takes so long for furniture to come, and it just shows you how privileged we are in America in terms of what we were used to as opposed to now COVID and post-COVID reality, because everything takes forever, and it's no one's fault. It's the chain of the process and the delivery and the manufacturing. And it's like I went to IKEA yesterday. I was so disappointed. I knew exactly what piece I wanted, and before we went down to the warehouse, I told G, I said, I'm going to go ask the clerk if it's even available. And sure enough, it wasn't. And she said they had no, she could tell that there was no order for it to arrive anytime soon. Well, when you think so many things are made overseas, that, yeah, you just have to have patience. So there's more stuff. More stuff. Oh, wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. From Susan. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it, but it's like a sticker like you put on the window and or your car, and it says "Be Happy and Quilt." I'm going to actually put this on my car, Susan, because then maybe another quilter will spot me, huh? Yeah, I so appreciate all these wonderful letters and cards. It makes it does make me feel not alone, you know. But and then here, oh, some cute bee buttons, and this, I probably have these all mixed up. Joyce. No, Joyce is, yeah, Joyce. Look at the beautiful card. And then this pattern, Busy Bee Wool Applique Mat. Isn't that adorable? That's adorable. By Joyce herself. She, I think she said, let me just look at the note, if she said she has an Etsy shop. She personally designed this. This is so amazing. Oh, look at this. Watching videos. Oh, so thank you so much, Joyce. And then look at this little tag with the little beehive on it. Isn't that cute? And she made a mat for me. I just love it. I just love it. I love how she stitched it. It's, she used some fancy stitches on the leaves. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It's the same mat, so I don't even have to make my own mat. How fabulous is this? So if you want, I guess I should pass on the kindness, shouldn't I? If you want to make Joyce's mat, just put down in the comments, busy bee, and then we'll pick someone. The random number generator will pick someone. I'm gonna set this out. I'm gonna set that out there. Awesome, awesome. This is so cute. Gotta hang that up too. Boy, it has been from Dawn. And this is from Easter, mind you. Yeah, that's how long it's been since I was down. This is a Happy Easter card. Thank you so much, Dawn. Yes, the candy was consumed down in Bend, Oregon. There was a bag of candy. Oh, look at this bee fabric. And this is the perfect size for hexies. That is adorable. Look at that. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. I'm going to have to put that in my guest bathroom. Let's be friends. Oh, thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate all the love. And life is good. Yeah, life is totally good. Thank you so much, Dawn. I'm going to do some hexies with those. Well, when I was down there, I took my cross stitch and I took my hexies. Remember my hexie bag, the Yazzie bag? Well, girlfriends gave me more hexie fabric, and I didn't get a whole lot of hexies done. What can I say? Too much jibber jabber. But I have to work on that now that I know that under the woolen, that pin cushion was so absolutely adorable. Look at this desk. I'm just blessed. I had to share with you, though, for the first time in a year and a half or more, G and I actually today walked into a mall, an indoor mall. There's a huge one that I've never been to that's just the next town over. And we walked through Barnes & Noble's to get to the main mall. There wasn't very many people in there. Of course, we were there right when they opened. But it was so fun to go on Barnes & Noble. And then I looked through all their magazines, and I chose a copy of American Patchwork and Quilting. And the reason I chose this particular issue, which is, it says display until June 4th, is because there's an article. Not only is there many quilt patterns that I loved in here, simple, one using shirts. I mean, look at this one who used shirts and made a flag. But I was fascinated by this one article that was done that was called Fun in the Sun, and textile-loving Susan Arch is known for her distinctive color sense, willingness to experiment, and appreciation of the process. And I just loved how she decorated her house, but what really got me was her family room had a combination of quilts and cross-stitch, and how she displayed her cross-stitch and quilts was just amazing. So that really, I loved it. So I'm going to be checking her out. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope next time to be a little bit more organized, and that we shall have some maybe hexie demo. I've got to get a hold of Kathy Schmidt because we were going to do a Zoom interview, and I want to still do that. I got to get those interview with the designer based on my project boxes, the project box interviews, and I just have a lot of little things to get a hold of. So thank you for stopping by. We'll see you in the next time we meet, and you take care. Get out there, dig in the dirt, take some time for stitching, and I really love you guys for stopping by.